Hello again, friends. Horace Levy here, talking about what Jamaicans want. Today it's the gritty relationship between the Integrity Commission and Parliament. Months of hard talk between them, or between the Integrity Commission, IC, and some members of Parliament's Integrity Commission Oversight Committee, the ICOC, reached a climax, part one at least, in their face-to-face encounter on October the 15th and its immediate sequel. The face-off arose out of the IC's acceptance of the ICOC's invitation to appear before it. Part two is slated for early November, when the Prime Minister's suit against the IC reaches the courtroom. And that's to be over the declining by the IC to verify his statutory statements. This is the impasse that lies at the heart of this whole controversy. IC Chairman, retired Justice Seymour Panton, said he was coming to the House not out of obligation but out of respect for it. The rebukes he delivered to some ICOC members over their criticism of the IC made it clear, however, that they were not in fact, in his view, deserving of much respect. Their claims were as follows, four of them. The IC was partisan, trying to bring the government down. The IC should be ordered to verify the PM's statutory declarations. Thirdly, the IC must correct its failure to have its accounts audited. And fourthly, the IC chairman's remarks about distrusting the water in Parliament and reaching out to Senator and psychiatric consultant Dr. Sophia Longmore were disrespectful and contemptuous of the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee, the ICOC. Responding to the accusation of partisanship, the first one, made over many months by ICOC member MP Everett Warmington, the chairman asked for evidence. The IC was only doing, he said, what the law required. Its reports contained only facts. Such an accusation, in our kind of society, he went on, along with the social media circulation of photographs of IC officials, places them in a position to be set upon by sycophants. Panton also reminded lawmakers of how the Prime Minister in 2020, 2022 and December 2023 applauded the IC for its critical work in the fight against corruption. To the demand of Justice Delroy Chuck II and Minister of Labour and Social Security Pernell Charles Jr. that the IC be ordered, quote, ordered to certify the PM's statutory declarations, Panton said the IC takes orders from no one other than the court. Simple as that. This demand, astonishing to many, was really part, however, of the wider attempt of some parliamentarians over many months to reduce the power of the IC to the point of its actual subordination to the Parliament. It illustrated, beyond ignorance, a state of mental confusion, from my point of view, on the part of some members of the House. On the day after that initial encounter, the 16th, Warmington declared that he had never seen an audit of the IC tabled in Parliament, yet the agency was spending taxpayers' money. Quote, there is no way we are going to approve another $2 billion for a department that has not been audited for years, he said. End of quote. This was during the meeting of the Standing Finance Committee of the House, when an allocation was being made to the IC in Finance Minister's supplementary budget, bringing the IC's total to $2 billion. Minister Clark, whose office approves the auditor, failed to correct Warmington calling his request one that, quote, no reasonable person would object to, end of quote, according to the Gleaner of the 17th of October. Some MPs don't read, was the IC's rejoinder. The IC's annual reports for the 6 years of its existence all included audits by an independent auditor in its annual report tabled in the House. Ironically, quote, one of the stated purposes of the meeting of the ICOC with the IC that morning was to review the 2023-2024 annual report of the Commission, inclusive of the audited financial statements to the 2023-2024 fiscal year, end of quote. The IC said it remained concerned that there are parliamentarians who continue to exhibit a clear lack of knowledge or understanding of the very laws they are elected to write. Quote, it's also obvious that some parliamentarians do not read the reports of the Integrity Commission that are routinely tabled in the House of Representatives, end of quote. IC Chairman Seymour Panton's exchange with Parliament did not end there, however. Senate President Tom Tavares Finson took up the irritation felt by many over Panton's closing remarks in the meeting with the ICOC, which he termed, quote, disrespectful and contemptuous, end of quote. He called on him to apologize, and this call was read into the Senate's minutes of the 18th of October. Panton had remarked that for safety's sake, he was not drinking Parliament's water, but had brought his own, and that he might reach out to consultant psychiatrists, excuse me, consultant psychiatrist, Government Senator Dr. Sophia Longmore, quote, because it may well be that she needs to have a word with some members of the House, end of quote. And there may have been an invitation to share a church service with him. I'm not sure of that. My source is not good. Panton's reply to Tavares Finson on the 19th was not to, quote, not to hold your breath. There was nothing to apologize for, and legislators should turn their attention to issues of importance. He also raised the matter of IC reports to the House suffering instantaneous leakage to the press after leaving his office. He argued that the timing of this happening 3 times recently absolved his institution, and he recommended Parliament investigate its end of the matter. In my view, in his astonishment over the behavior of some parliamentarians, Panton was trying to be humorous, to joke it off. Certainly no serious accusation of poison in the House's water supply was being made. Nor was he making light of mental disorder by referring to Senator Dr. Longmore. Nor was he denigrating religion. Those ideas cannot be read into his remarks. A new chapter in this saga may be opening, for Warrington is not to be easily silenced. He is still on the warpath. What he really wanted, he now says, on the 22nd, is a performance audit of the IC. How well it has executed its mandate in every aspect, communication, investigation, prosecution, and so on. Where does the ICOC fit into this? I am left to wonder. But we may not have to wait long for an IC response. Goodbye for now, folks. Remember to send me your responses, your likes and dislikes, your criticisms. Please, I appreciate those. And I'm not getting much of that, so